The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. Audiobook summary and review by StoryShots. You are not the main character of your own life. Your genes are. Introduction. Most people assume evolution shaped us to survive. Wrong. Evolution shaped your genes to survive. You are just their temporary vehicle. That is the radical thesis of The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. Genes build bodies to protect themselves. You think you exist to pass on your traits. Flip that around. Your genes built you to pass themselves on. Your body is what biologists call a survival machine, a vehicle genes constructed to replicate. The moment you reproduce, from the gene's perspective, you have done your job. Salmon die immediately after spawning because the gene, not the organism, is the unit of selection. Menopause exists because helping grandchildren survive spreads more gene copies than having additional children at high risk. We are survival machines, robot vehicles blindly programmed to preserve the selfish molecules known as genes. But selfishness at one level creates something unexpected at another. Selfishness at the gene level creates altruism at the organism level. A bee stings an intruder, killing itself to protect the hive. The answer is gene-level accounting. When a bee dies defending the hive, it protects copies of its own genes inside its siblings. By dying, the bee ensures more copies of its genes survive than if it fled. This is kin selection. You help relatives because they carry your genes. The closer the genetic relationship, the stronger the altruistic impulse. You would risk your life for your child more readily than for your cousin. Not because you calculated the genetic math, but because evolution already did. The unit of selection is not the species, nor the group, nor even the individual. It is the gene. Altruism is selfishness expressed at a different level of organization. Memes replicate like genes. The word meme was coined in this book decades before the internet existed. A meme is any unit of cultural information that replicates by jumping from brain to brain. Songs, ideas, fashions, religious beliefs. Anything that spreads by imitation. Memes follow the same evolutionary logic as genes. They compete for limited space in human minds. The ones best at replicating survive. Conspiracy theories spread faster than corrections because a conspiracy theory is a better replicator. It is surprising, emotionally charged, and resistant to disproof. Truth is irrelevant. What matters is copying fidelity. Religions are the most successful meme complexes in history. They spread through conversion, indoctrination of children, and self-replicating behavioral codes. The content of the belief does not matter. What matters is whether the belief makes you more likely to spread it. When we die, there are two things we can leave behind: genes and memes. You carry replicators in your brain the same way you carry replicators in your cells. Both are using you to make copies of themselves. If this changed how you think about evolution, someone in your life probably needs to hear it too. Final summary. This summary of The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins connects gene-level selfishness, evolutionary altruism, and cultural replication into one framework. Replicators shape the world, and we are their vehicles. But the full book explains how genes timeshare bodies across generations, why sex exists despite being evolutionally expensive, and how evolutionary stable strategies emerge from pure selfishness. It explores how parasites manipulate host behavior and what evolutionary psychology reveals about human nature. We are putting together the full summary of The Selfish Gene right now with a visual infographic and animated video. You can follow the book in the StoryShots app to get it the moment it is ready.